Welcome to the show. I'm Tom from Gordian Project. Today we're going to be talking about the Cali LP-6s. But first, coffee. Love my coffee. Here's what it looked like when I took it out of the box. The first thing I need to do in this video is give a shout out to the Cali customer service. The speakers came before I went to work one night and I left them sit overnight because I didn't want any damage to happen because I was bringing them inside from about 19-degree weather. So I wanted them to warm up slowly over a 24-hour period. The next day, I opened one of the speakers, pulled the user's manual out, and read through it. Because I always read the user's manual when I'm making one of these videos. It's the best way to get information for the video. And I had some questions based on what I saw in the user's manual and, more importantly, some things I didn't see in the user's manual. So I went to work, I came home, I composed the email, I sent it off, I then proceeded to go to sleep. Now, I'm in the Eastern time zone, Cali is out in California. So they're 3 hours behind me. By the time I woke up at 4:30, actually I think it was around 2:30 in the afternoon, my time, I had 2 responses from Cali Audio. One was from the CSR that got the email, telling me that they were going to forward it to their director of marketing and close out the case. All right. The second one was from the director of marketing answering my questions. I'm a nobody, man. I got 62 subscribers. I got a couple of videos that have a couple thousand views. I'm nobody. And the director of marketing is reaching out to me directly, even offering to talk to me on the phone. That is customer service. That is more than I expect from customer service. And I have high expectations of customer service because I worked as a trainer in the customer service industry for a number of years. So I know what they're supposed to do and I know when they're not doing it. And this went above and beyond the call of duty. To Cali Audio and specifically
Nate
B, I know you're going to see this because I told you I'm going to send you a link. Thank you, and I would recommend your products at twice the price just because of your customer service. I also want to say that in answering my questions,
Nate
kept pointing me to the online manual because they keep that updated. I highly recommend using the online manual and not the printed one that comes with the speakers. Keep that one around for reference as a just in case for your warranty information and all that stuff. But for actual practical use, if you need to look something up in the manual, use the PDF one off their website. The chapters in this week's video are feature presentation. We're going to talk about the features of these speakers as advertised by Cali Audio. The love of power. We're going to give you those specs on the power amps that are in them. Johnny 5 needs more input. What kind of inputs do these speakers offer? What can you plug into them? It's frequently loud. We're going to cover the SPL, your dB ratings, your frequency range, all that technical mumbo jumbo about these speakers. You're out of bounds, Edmund Quigley. We're going to go very in depth on their boundary EQs. Actually, one of the significant questions I asked was about the boundary EQs, and I was provided with 8 answers, which will be covered completely in this video. Boost the lows. Are you high? Along with the boundary EQs, there's a high and a low boost and cut that we're going to cover in this video. Mix it up! Hey, how do they sound in the mix? Or, more importantly, since they're speakers, how does the mix sound in them? And finally, the reason you're here! This is where I give you my summation and my opinion of these speakers with the feature presentation. There's basically 4 features that Cali Audio is using as a selling point on these particular speakers. By the way, I keep pointing at it out. It's sitting right there. So anyway, the 4 features are 3D imaging waveguide. The direct quote from the user's manual is, produces a coherent stereo image that is wider, taller, and deeper. Like most sales pitches, I'm not sure what that means. If it means they sound good, it's right. High performance woofer. No, it does not come with a free dog. The Cali Audio LP-6 has a 6.5 inch woofer. The LP-8 has an 8 or an 8.5 inch woofer. I didn't buy those, so I'm not 100% sure. If somebody from Cali Audio wants to leave a comment below and let us know anything about either of these sets of speakers, please do so. The woofer's exceptionally large voice coil and magnet provide prodigious range and clarity. Low noise port tube. There's a link over my shoulder right now to Glenn Fricker's review of these speakers. If you want good information on that, please check out his video. He did a way better job on these than I could. But basically, they have an extra large port that's got a kind of a smiley face design to it, which is supposed to help prevent the chuffing you can get from the air leaving the port. Boundary compensation EQs. We'll talk more about them later. So each Cali Audio LP-6 has 2 amplifiers. One for the low end, the woofer, one for the high end, the tweeter, which is a soft dome tweeter. Each amplifier is 40 watts, so the speaker's total power is 80 watts. Let's talk about those inputs, baby. Let's talk about you and me. There are 3 inputs on the LP-6 and LP-8. There is a balanced XLR, a balanced TRS, and an unbalanced RCA. The TRS and the XLR inputs are on the same circuit. If you plug something into both of them at the same time, you will raise the impedance and lower the output. The RCA can and should be turned on and off with the 8 dip switch. Turn it off when you're not using it. It's frequently loud in here. The frequency range is from 47 Hertz to 21 kilohertz. And they're pretty flat within that range. Here's a graphic I got from their website. The continuous SPL is 85 dB with plus 20 dB of headroom. So the peak is 105 dB. This is all measured at 2.2 meters. The peak level at 1 meter is 114 dB on the 8s and 112 dB on the 6s. These speakers have something called a boundary EQ. This is controlled by 3 dip switches on the back of the speaker. 3 dip switches provide 8 possible settings, and Cali Audio has used all 8. These are designed to help re-level the speaker so that it sounds flat even when it's not in an optimal position. The website, the user's manual, and even the back of the speaker itself has little pictures that can help you determine which way to set these EQs based on how you're placing the speakers in your studio. If you look behind me right now, you can see one of the Calis. It's pretty much in a corner. None of their icons covered this well. So I emailed and asked exactly what the settings are on those boundary EQs so that I could use my ears to tune that speaker in, since I didn't have a graphic that told me what to do. So let's talk about those boundary EQ. All of the presets have a high pass at 47 Hertz. The Qs are different. Preset 0 is only a high pass at 47 Hertz with a Q of 1.7. And it sounds like this. Preset 1, 47 Hertz high pass with a Q of 1.4, a 1.6 dB bump at 136.4 Hertz with a Q of 1.4. And it sounds like this. Preset 2, High pass at 47 Hz with a Q of 1.2. A 3 dB EQ bump at 200 Hz with a Q of 3. Preset 3. High pass, 47 Hz with a Q of 2. EQ dip at 234 Hz with a Q of 3.5 and a dip of 4 dB. And this is how it sounds. Preset 4. Your high pass now has a Q of 2. You have an EQ dip of 2.4 dB at 250 Hz with a Q of 0.7. And it sounds like this. Preset 5. The high pass Q is 1.7. There's a 2 dB cut at 300 Hz with a Q of 0.7. Preset 6. The high pass Q is 1.4. There's a 3.2 dB cut at 415 Hz with a Q of 1.6. Preset 7. The high pass Q is now 1.4. It has a 2.7 dB cut at 275 Hz with a Q of 3. And this is how it sounds. The low frequency and high frequency boost and cut. The crossover or fulcrum frequency is 700 Hz. When I'm talking about these dip switches affecting the low end, I'm talking about everything below 700 Hz. And when I'm talking about them affecting the high end, I'm talking about everything above 700 Hz. There's 2 dip switches to control each one. The first one is an on-off switch, the second one is a boost or a cut. So you basically can turn them off or you can boost or cut, which is all you can do. The boost and cut are both 2 dB. This is how they sound. Glenn Fricker often says,
of course, the big test is, how well does it sound in a mix?
Or more to the point with monitors, how the mix sounds in them. I was looking at spending between $300 and $500 on a set of studio monitors. Believe me when I tell you, I watched a lot of YouTube videos on speakers and monitors. I think I came up with a way to demonstrate how good these speakers are in comparison to another set of speakers. My old speakers were a cheap set of Mackeys that I paid $100 for the set. These, I paid $300 for the set. The mix I get out of these speakers is 200% better than the mix I used to get out of the Mackeys. In my opinion, they were worth the money. So here's what I did. I mixed a song on the Mackeys right before I disconnected them. I then spent the next 2 days distancing myself from that mix and getting used to these speakers. I then remixed the same song on the Cali. Here is a comparison of those 2 mixes.
It's the sweetness of your smile. Dead roses all the wine. I smell dead roses. Dead roses in your hair. Can you smell roses?
put dB meters on the screen during that playback because the ones mixed on the Mackies are missing so many frequencies that to my ear they sound quieter even though they're louder. That should show you right there. I couldn't hear those frequencies on the Mackies. I couldn't tell if they were in the mix or not. Maybe some of my mixes have them. This one didn't. But on the Calis, boom, they're right there. Because I can hear them. I can tell you that I'm impressed with the difference $200 can make in speaker. I mean, seriously? I can skip like one date and almost cover the difference in the cost of these speakers. And now, for my opinion, because I know you care. Are they worth the money? Are they good monitors? Should you buy them like I did? These are decisions you have to make. It's your money and your studio. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. What I hope I did was provided you with some information and some tools to help you make those decisions. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell. Until next time, have a great day. Stay happy, stay healthy, and God bless.